These operators are very most important to do the calculations. If you want to do any calculation or manipulating the data, operators plays the major role for the calculation purpose. Some of the few basic operators are already we know something in the programming of a C, C++, Java, and whatever it is. It's a basic. All common operators are there. Additionally, few of the operators only applicable in the Python program. What are the basic operators? Arithmetic operators. What was the arithmetic operators? It helps you to do some arithmetic operations like addition, subtractions, and multiplication, division, modulo. And additionally, we have a double slash. Double slash, it helps you to find division operation between the floating data types. If you are using normal division, it helps you to find only the division, and double slash is help you to for the floating division operation. Next one is a comparison operation. Comparison operation is help to find a comparativity between the any two of the variable or any more than two of the variables. Logical operators. What is a logical operator? It help you to find two or more conditions. Arithmetic and comparison operators can work with the two more operand, but logical operator can work with the two more operators as well as the two more different conditions. Assignment operators. Assignment operators are help you to assigning the values as well as to increment, decrement, and in a short way. Ternary operators. It is a short way from the if statements. We will study some of the operators used here. Arithmetic operator. What was the arithmetic operators of addition? It helps you to add any two numbers. On your right, I have given as an input of A of 10, B as a 20. If I'm giving A as 10, B as 20, if it will be added with that, you make it answer as. And subtraction operation. For subtraction operation, if the A is 10 and B is 20, means you make minus 10 as answer. Multiplication. So these are the very, very basic. So I don't want to give even the lengthy program to do this. And the division operation. Division operation help you to find only the quotient value. It never consider about the remainder value. It will be consider the remainder value which have used as a modulus symbol. It is called mod operator. Double asterisk, it represent the power operation, or we simply call the name as exponential operation. And the third one is a double division. The double division is specifically used for floating point divisions. If you simply use it as only the division, whatever the data you have given, it automatically considers only the integer data as a real value. If you're going with the double slash, the data will be considered in a precision point even if it is a real value or whole. This is an arithmetic operation. Let me consider as comparison operation. Double equal to is compare both left and right side values are equal or not yet equal. It returns only true or false. The next one is not equal to. Arithmetic operators are returning a values, but the comparison operators are returning whether it is a true or false, because it is comparing the value from the left. It always considering a leftist of first one, compare with the left value to the another right values. If it is a less than or greater than equal to, means it just mentioning based upon the condition, it just return true or false. The first operation is double equal to, the A must be equal with the B. If not, it will return as a false. Not equal to, we are just to justify it, the A is not equal to the B. If it is not equal to the B, of course, it will be written as a true. If not, it will be written as a false. Next one is equal to, not equal to. Not equal to will just check the value of this one and right one. But double, the less than and greater than combined together, the tag is called as a not equal to symbol. This is help you to find both the operand as well as the operand data type is also must be equal with that. Integer. Then only it can be considered it is equal or not equal data. Next one is greater than operation. Just comparing the A value is greater than B means it can be represented as true, or else it will be represented as a false. Likewise, greater than and less than or equal, less than or equal to symbols will be work. The next, assignment operator. Assignment operator, first operator is equal. This operator is help you to assign the value of right side into the left side. And the next one is plus equal to. Plus equal to is a short way form for the C equal to C plus A. In a short, you can give C plus equal to A. Instead of C equal to C plus A will be written in shortly C plus equal to A. Minus equal to. Like the same thing as a C minus A. In short, you can write CE minus equal to of A. Asterisk and divide all the basic arithmetic operations as done with the assignment operator. Bitwise operator, initially the values of A and B will be considered as a value of A as a reference to value of A and reference to value of B. The entire value will be taken as per the calculation or a manipulation. When we go with the binary operation, each variable as referred to the value will be taken part of the execution in the format of binary. Left side binary and right side binary. Compass basic operation, binary comparison, 0 and 0, 0 and 1 will be done over there. And binary and if you are using AND symbol, it will compare the values. If you are using binary and it will compare the binary value of left and right. Binary R, XR, and the complement, one's complement, two's complement, both you can done with that, and left shift and right shift operators. So these are some basic operators. Logical operators. What was the logical operator? It help you to find two more conditions. You can able to compare two more conditions inside using a logical operator. A and B, not only that, likewise A greater than B and A is also greater than B. Then only we can consider A is the greatest number likewise. Two more condition able to compare with help of the logical operator. Here in the programming of Python, we have to use AND symbol, only simple binary. But when we go with the logical operator, you have to use A and D and as a word for representing the AND operation. Or logical, OR you have to use it. For a NOT, you have to mention NOT. NOT is represent for the not logical operation. Not a symbol, that exclamatory symbol is help you as for the binary not comparisons. So these are the basic operators. Some special operators in a Python program. What was that? Specifically, we started with in and not. What was that in the sense? Let me consider we have some list of elements like array, sequence of element into the 10 students name as in a single variable. When we able to check whether the person name is in the list or not, that has done with the in and not in. In help you to find whether the data is presented in the right side or not. Left side is a single value. Example, x in y. X is a single variable. We are comparing is the value of X is presented in the Y sequence of character. Y is a sequence of data like your student names, all student names. We just check whether that particular person name is in the list or not. Not in, it's the same direct opposite to in operation. We are finding it's compulsory the name is not presented in the Y list. These are help from the sequence of character able to find from some particular character on the list. These are the some basic operators. And what is the operator precedence? We have simple explanation about the expression. Expression is a sequence of calculation or a manipulating a data. How we can manipulating a data with the help of the operators. And we have given some operand operator as a combination together as a single expression. Then which operation has executed as first? Which operation has executed as last? Which is called as a precedence, priority. The first always most priority goes for the exponent, power symbol. And the next will be go for tilde symbol as a complementary and plus and minus. And the third priority go for asterisk divide. But whenever we used, the most highermost priority goes for the brackets, parenthesis and then bracket. This is the operator precedence when we go with the operation. Here I have given small example, the value of additions and how we can be done with it. Okay, I'll just give you the practical explanation for that. Order of precedence, here I have given a small operation expression 1 plus 2 into 3 minus 4 divided 5 exponential of 6. In this operation, can you tell me that which operator have a higher priority from this expression? Can you guess the answer? Which operator have a higher priority in this expression of x? X equal to 1 plus 2 into 3 minus 4 divided by 5 double asterisk of 6. Able to answer? Double asterisks. Yes, very good. Anish, very good. Double asterisks have a higher priority for the executions. The next one is going for the divide and then multiplication. Just I will show you this, how it can be get executed. Okay, this is it. So first double asterisk and go ahead with the divide symbol, and next it will be go with the next of symbols of asterisk and finally plus. If we have a brackets or a function brackets like that way, that will get it at a first priority to do execution. Okay, these are the some main concept about the operators. I'm going to give you a demo for how to execute the operators in the program. Yesterday, ma'am has shared some few softwares about execution. For example, Google Colab she shared, and almost Jupyter she shared. Today, as I'm going to show you another software as a Python, only for Python terminals. Okay, I'm just trying to get enter onto the sites. Just give me a minute. I hope you can able to view my screen. This is a terminal is Python. Python 3.8 is a basic terminal programming software. This terminal window has helped you to do some basic all the programming except like machine learning. You can't go with the machine learning, deep learning. Of course, if even you can go with that machine learning programming, in that situation you have to install some specific packages. Like for example, if you want to work with any models of linear regression, you have to install pip install like that way. You have to install every individual model to the site, but basically the software is very little bit of memory to be consuming. So you can go with this terminal. It is called Python 3.8. You can download with 32-bit or a 64-bit, which is available in the net. It is very comfortable to work it on. Okay, this is a window. Here, how we can complete the programming, everything is like a command window. Okay, I'll just show you. This is a window which we come here. Okay, I just started to print one message to the output screen. Print message is welcome to today's session. That's it. You can get the messages. Every messages, every instruction is considered as a single line statement. This window is called as a terminal window. You can directly access it any code for a basic Python program. Initially, I gave us a print, welcome today's session, and welcome message will be printed on your output screen. Yes, let me go with the operations of input reading and then processing it. I just started with the programming of, have you remember which input statement will be used for getting input? Do you have an idea? What is the input statement for getting input in the Python? Okay, I just tell you, no issues with that. I'll just go with the statement. How to get the input from the user? There is a statement called input. Input statement is enough to get the value from the user. That statement has helped you to read the input in the format of string. whatever the values are entered as an input, it is considered as a string data. Okay, I'll just give you that. The variable declaration, yes, of course, you know that. There is no need to declare any data type at all. Based upon the value, the data type of the variable will automatically assign. Just started with this A of name equal to the input of input as a statement. If you're giving simply blank brackets of the input string, you may get a blank to enter a data. So we're always giving some suggestion messages. What is the suggestion message? Please enter your name. Enter your name. This is a statement to help you to get an input from the user. The input of enter your name, the message will be printed. The value will be assigned to the variable of name, name. I'm entering. It asks you to enter your name. Yes, I'm entering SRM. The value has readed in the variable of name. Let me check whether the value has printed or not. Name. Yes, you may get the output of SR. Likewise, I'm going to go with the additional area of circle programming. For the area of circle, we requested pi value and then R value. So, okay, go ahead with the input of enter the radius. You can give like that. The value will be entered. Of course, it will be read the value in the string format. What does mean by string format? How, if you get as a string format, you cannot manipulate your data. It will be struggling to manipulate the data. It acts as a string only. That is the reason we have to convert into integer or a float in the respective data type. So initially you can do this, or else while doing the manipulation, you can give a statement for a conversion. I just started giving a pi value. Here I'm giving a pi value. Yes, of course, the system does not have knowledge about what is a pi and what is the value of pi. We have to give even pi as a one of the input for the calculation. For that, I'm directly give a float. What is a float? The reader data, entered data. Enter the pi value. Okay. Now what's happening? The value has entered some data. That value will be converted into float, then kept as a value of variable in pi. Now it asks you to enter 3.14 as a value for a pi. Now we have a R, but R is in a text format. Pi, we are already done with the conversion of floating data type. Next, to go ahead with the calculation. We need to use the operator, some basic operator. For calculating area of circle, just to give a variable of area equal to R is already in a text format. So that is why we need to convert of integer, then multiplied with the, okay, we started with pi R, right? Pi into integer of R, that R square. Directly we cannot give R square in any way. We need to use like int R into R. But directly we cannot use R because then we're getting a value in the previous statement as in the format of text. That's we are requested to change an integer format. We converted all as an integer and we print to take it as a calculation. The calculation has done. We want to show the result. How to show the result? The area value is double quotes has to be n, give a comma and the area. Now you can see the result. The area value is 28.25. Somewhat it can be printed on your output screen. This is what a way you can execute a program in the Python. We started with the declaration. We started with the get the value. In which statement used? Input statement. The input statement is help you to read input from the user by basic format as in the default string data type. You want to manipulate the data. By that time, we requested to change in the particular data type with the help of the converter. How the converter will be given? Simply give a float of int of, that is enough. And do the calculation and print to the output screen. While printing a data to the output screen, you should use comma and double quotes and area. Comma is act as a separator between the text and the variable. And that's the way you have able to print your data to the output screen. And next, I'm going to give one more example for the same thing. Okay, what is that? Okay, I'll just get your name and age. Name Addition of two numbers. Okay, let me go with addition of two numbers. A int of input, enter the A value. It asks me enter today value. I'm entering 34. Next, it B value plan to give it. Input of enter the B value. Now we are entering a B value as 58. We plan to print the data directly or maybe done with the temporary variable of C. Okay, I'm directly using print A plus B. You may get as 92 as the output on your output screen. Basic operations. Yes, we can go with another thing. Print. We can compare the values A less than B. It has to show me true or false. The comparison operators, arithmetic operators just before we did it. Now we are just doing the comparison operation. A less than B. It has to return relational operator, logical operators, except arithmetic, all the operators will return true or false only. Now we got a false because yes, 34 is not greater than the 58. Okay, next other than A equal to B comparison. Yes, false because it is not equal. We go with the another. Print A is not equal to of B. We have to get true. Okay, I couldn't use properly. Okay, let me go with the another option. So these are some basic operators to the calculations. Do you may have any doubt regarding this operator, regarding how to execute a programming? People, you can use the chat window to answer me. Is there any doubt till now? Kavita ma'am, able to hear me? Yes, Satya, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes.
Satya. We started, we continue with the next control statement. What was the control statement? Okay, I want to share the screen again. Just the control statements. Okay, what is the control statements? Control statements are help you to control the flow of executions. What was the flow of executions? Usually, the programs always execute first line, second line, third line, and so on. The execution always in the sequential order. But we can be able to control the flow of execution in by the way conditional statement. Conditional statement may be a branching or a looping. What is the branching statements? If you wear the ID card, you are able to allow for get into the your room, your classrooms. In such a situation, we are checking your ID card. If you have, you can get into the classroom. If you don't have your ID card, you cannot get it. If you have a balance, you can connect with the data. If you don't have a balance, you cannot connect. Some conditions. The flow will be controlled. If in flow is not a controlled domain, usually it starts from first. Nobody has dropped you. No, you don't have any obstacle to reach your classroom. You don't have any obstacle to work it on the net. There is no problem with that. But we have to check some conditions. What is that? We have to control the flow of execution. What is the flow? If you have a hall ticket, like in this situation has handled by the conditional statement. Branching statement, if it is true, this. If it is false, that. Only this and that will be had options. Execution has done only one time. But the same thing, till the condition is true, we are executing a same block of code multiple number of times. This is called as a iteration statements. Iterations are a looping statement. Looping and conditional branching both are works like the same. If a condition is true, we are going to work it. If it is a branching, it has to execute only one time. If it is a looping structure, it has to execute till the time true. If become a false, it stop executing. The few blocks can execute few number of times, specified number of times starting from this to that. And this is called as like a conditional state. Then what is the main use of conditional statement for creating a real-time application? For like example, validating your ID, validating your username and password. Then only you are able to go ahead with that, go ahead with the site. So if you have a data till the 28 days of 12 noon, you can access it. Otherwise, after 12:1, on every night after 12:1, if you don't have a data, if you don't have a recharges, it will be stopped again. So these a situation we go with. We always want to stop any particular point of any execution. Because of this only, we have to go with the conditional statement and iteration statement. We just started with the conditional statement. First, if statement. This is a syntax for if statement. If test expression. Here, no brackets, no other things to mention. If you can able to give only the space between the test expression or maybe a condition. If the condition is true, the statements will get executed. How we can represent the statement? With the colon, it represents block of a code. The tab space, indent space, called indent space. This indent space tells us a block of a code. If you want to give a true statement as a multiple statement, you have to give only the tab space is enough. Once you remove the tab space, if you started with the beginning, it is considered as a default statement in the if statement. This is the example. If the number is already assigned with 3, you can clear with this. Number is assigned with 3 and the value is compared with the number is greater than 0. This is what a way how to given a definition. If number is greater than 0, colon in the sense it tells us to block of a code. The true statement has to give a indent space. If you're not at giving indent space, it won't be considered as a true statement or a false statement. Print the variable, a positive or maybe a negative. Based on our requirements only, we have to give a statements. And here, these statements only can consider as a positive statement of a true statement of that condition. This statement will not affect to the condition statement. The statement execution, it never affect whether the condition is true or false. It surely will get executed because it is called as a default statement. Here, the example is if the number is assigned with -1, we are checking with greater than 0. Conditions false. We don't have any true statement only we have. We don't have any else false statement. Whether the condition is true false, we have to get the statement as an output script. This is example for the if statement. Yes, you can see the result or output as to here. Next, if else statement. If this condition is true, true block will get executed. If the condition is false, else block will get executed. Whether the condition is true or false, surely default statement will get executed. The default statement is nothing but next statement. It's not depending on the if statement. So here the example as I have given for this, if condition true and print the positive or 0, else negative numbers. This is else if statement. Here we don't want to use else, E-L-S-E, if. If the condition is true, body of if statement will get executed. Else if is shortly we can write if in the test condition. If test expression colon the true block statement for that else if. If that is also not yet satisfied, go ahead with the else statement. So this is if statement. Okay, I'll just show you the sample program. If the condition is true, true statement will get executed. If the condition is false, false statement will get executed as a normal if statement. If we go with the else if later, if the condition is true, true statement. If the condition is false, again we are checking another condition. And if that condition is also false, we go with the final else if statements. Okay, this is a statement we used to that. Yes, I'm trying to open it. Just give me a minute. Okay, and I'll just show you a screen, execution screen. We started with the coding. Okay, let me consider to find the given character is given number is positive or negative. What is it? Number. When we started to do any programming, please don't give any default state, default values at all. It is no use for creating any application. The main goal of our programming language or any languages are help you to create any programming, any dynamic application. If you make us into application, the values should be read from the user. It's called dynamic value. Don't give any constant value. Don't assign any value while initialization. So just get input of enter any number. If I'm giving this, it has enter any data. Okay, I'll give a 4. We may check, we just check to print whether the what is the value of number. The number is 4. Next we check whether the number is positive or negative. If space, the variable name is number, num, greater than 0. If colon represent now the next true block or false block going to start. How we can represent true block or false block? Enter key, give a tab space, one tab space. From the statement, you have to give one tab space. Now, print the statement, print. This is, oh, you have to give a code. This is positive data. Positive data. Close it. Yes. Again, I'm giving one more statement. Print inside of true block. Okay, next. The condition is true. Here we mention two statements as inside of a block true. If it is a true, two statement will get executed. If it is else, false. Else also has mentioned with the colon, it represents a block of a code. You can notice that thing. Else cannot started with the end phase. It always started from the beginning. Else. Here also you have to give a tab space for representing a block of a code. Print this. Okay, in short, I am writing negative. Yes. Print the false block. Okay, false block. Why I'm giving this two statement? It is unwanted, but I'm simply trying to explain you. If you're giving indent spaces, all the statements will be considered as a block of a code for related to else or related to if. Here, the two statement will get executed as if statement, true statement. These two statements act as a false block statements. Okay, now I'm just giving a default statement. Finished. Okay. Okay. Yes. I can't give like that. Yes. Okay. Just we check a value of that one. What is the value of that one? Again, I'm giving if number is greater than 0, we gave a block, print this is positive data, and we gave a inside of true, and we're trying to convey the else block. And next, we are conveying as negative. We are conveying the false block. Okay, let me check what is the answer it may become. Initially, we gave a value as 4. So it is tells us to this is positive data inside of a true block. If I'm changing the value of number equal to -1, -2. Okay, I'm checking with the same if statement. If I'm using with the Colab means I don't want to type it and again. Okay, this is positive data and this inside of the block and else statement. How am I typing my programming? I'm not typing a programming. I'm just using the up and down arrow for the previous code. False block. Okay, let me check. Now we may get output as negative. Okay, this is what a way you can use it as if statement for executing a programming. I'm going to give one more demo. Are you clear with this if statement, how the intent space will take into part for execution? Again, I'm going to give one more a program for comparing whether the given character is, whether the whether the input is character or alphabetic, a small letter alphabetic or a capital letter alphabetic or a numbers. How we can able to find a data? So I'm just taking input of. Here we are not converting anything. Directly you can take it as the input of. Enter the data. Enter any single character. Single data. So I'm mentioning like that. It asked me to enter a data. Now I'm entering H. Okay, now the value of D is, we have an H. Next, we have to find the entered text. The entered value is a character or a string or maybe a which data type or which alphabetic letter or a numbering format, anything. How we may done with the help of the if symbol, it helps you to find exact answer. It's a relational operator or the logical operator. That I'm going to convey with that. If the data is greater than or equal small a, okay, and a and d, and left side is a condition and right side is also going to be a condition comparing with till z. This is a way you can use the logical operator in between of any two or more conditions. Now I'm just checking whether the character and whether the entered input is a small letter a to z. If not, even it go with the another data also. Okay, go with that definition. Okay, print. Yes, it's alpha, lowercase letter. Okay, lowercase alphabet. Okay, and the else block, the block of a code which contains no alpha. Okay, in short, I'm right. So this is a block of a code. We are just checking the value of D is between of A to Z, in between of A to Z. If you're doing this calculation, what is exactly doing, exactly done with the compiler? The compiler will consider the binary value for small letter A, binary value for small letter Z. That should be compared with the value of D. D, it cannot directly take as a character. It is also take as a binary value. Binary code for Z, like 98, 97, like that way it will be taken. Let we check what is the answer it has to come. The answer has to come as it's lower alphabetic. We may check it is no alphabetic because I gave a space. Space is also considered as an input. So that is what I'm giving this example. Okay, let me go with another example of changing input. Okay, again I'm asking input. I'm giving a small letter A. Okay, we started with A. Yes, again the if condition. If condition, true or false. Else, the false statement. No alphabetic. Let me check. Now it's coming. The reason is the space is also considered as an input. Let me check. The number is character. We checked with the calculator. If I'm giving capital letter of the alphabetic mean, of course, it won't becomes like a lowercase alphabet. It has to comes only on the no alphabetic because it is a value of A as 97. value of z, if this is a binary value, will be compared with the values. If you are giving capital letter A, that is also another binary value will be having. Binary coded is there, it has to be started with the 107. So, sorry, not 107, it's 117. So, like that way only it has to be worked. So, if condition and another condition, unlogical, you can understand with that more than one condition, you can access along with the logical gates and or not. If I want to solve this issue, even for a small letter, even for a capital letter, mean I can change with the statement. In what is the way I can change with the statement? Like for example, N, I'm giving capital letter H. Okay, I want to find the answer for this. If the N is less than or sorry, greater than or equal to small letter A, space of and N is greater than or equal to Z of small letter and not and. I'm just going to be use R for here. Okay, not only this because I don't want to use it only for small letter. So the reason I'm going to use R. N is greater than or equal to capital letter K or N is less than or equal to capital letter Z. Now you can find the answer. Print yes. Yes. Print no. So you can see the result. We may get output as yes on your output screen. So this is what a way you can execute your program. You can apply the logic with the help of the different operators are there. Operators are plays a major role for manipulating a data. Conditions are help you to control the flow of the executions. Okay, let me continue with that. So this is a sharing of screen. Okay, okay, this is a statements we are discussed. Else if elif will be given. Okay, let's go with these switch statements. Nested if statements, if a condition is true, another condition. Else if means if the condition is false, another conditions will be checked. Looping structure. So how the looping structure is differ from the basic programmings of branching statement. Looping statements are executed a block of a code till the condition becomes false. Once the condition becomes false, it stops execution. So this is called as a looping structure. So simultaneously you can execute the more than block. There is no rules to execute only from 0 to 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to execute it 10 times like that. The steps will be help you for this. Skip the steps. What is the steps? You can start with only 2, 4, 6, 8 likewise. Or 1, 4, 8 like 4 steps you can go forward. That looping structures are initially started with initial position and condition, and the third one is how many steps. The steps now not necessarily only giving us plus plus and minus minus. You can give plus 4, plus 5. You can give any formatted like that. Okay, this is a syntax for accessing a data. This for statement usually used for accessing a values, even if it is a 1D, the array concept. Sequence means some group of elements are there that can be accessed with the for loop likewise. If till the condition is true, we can execute it. But this, there is no condition. Then what is it? The main that the numbers as assigned with some values that has accessed one by one based upon the length of the variable. It can be accessed. Once it's reached the end of the data, end of the file, it stop executing it. This for only for useful for accessing array elements. Okay, let me get into the range function. Range is also another function. What is the help of the range function in this sense? It help you to find from this to that, this range to that range. You can define the what range we are starting, what range we have to end, what is the starting position, what is the ending position, in what is the steps we are following, 5, 4, 3, like that way. Anything you can steps to be followed. This is a function used to do that. So, for example, print. In a second example, you can notice that print list if we listed something, list of data, range of 10 in the sense from 0 to 9, it can be get printed on your screen. Range is -1. Okay, let me go with the, I just want to print 2468. Then how we can say, we have to start from 2. This is represent starting position. This is represent ending position. It always starts from last element -1. So just consider from 2 to 9. It's considered only 2 to 9. Then how many steps, how many elements? 2 position elements. So from the 2 to 9 can be print only 2, 4, 6, 8. So these are the output. Range function help you to access databases. In a database, we had many data over there, like your all students which is studied in your school. All the databases are collected together, but we are trying to access only the few people whose register numbers are started with 11, whose roll number is started only ends with the 15. Like that way, we can able to easily fetch it over. So this is a range function. This help you for the findings. And this is a length, simply I'm giving like that. Okay, while test expression. Okay, the better, I'll just give one more demo for that. For applying the test conditions. Okay, here let me just give a demo for the how to access the looping structures. While the test condition may be anything that. Before that, we have to assign some values. N equal to 10. While N is greater than 2, no, not 2. While N greater than 5, we want to print N plus plus. I don't want to give a semicolon. Unfortunately, to give a semicolon, that is a big problem for that. While N and the test condition answer, print N plus 1. It won't be stopped because initially we started the value with the 10. As I have given a condition as 10, how it could be stopped? It won't be stopped. It won't be stopped. Okay, I'll just open with another Python window. Okay, time to be taken. In between, we will see the overall view of the control structures and control statements over there. Okay, in email, we will discuss it. So while the test condition is true, body of the statement will get executed. So initially, we started to give a value of sum again, and we have to give I equal to I plus 1. Whether if you know noticed or don't noticed, the thing was there is no increment decrement operators. If you want increment by 1, you have to mention the assignment operators on. So this is a simple example for while loop. Even while also have a else. Still, we're just having if statement. We're just executing. If else, we are doing something. The same way in the while loop also, which have a true statement. If that statement is not true, the condition becomes false in such a situation. Else statement will get executed. This is a while loop. Okay, these are some looping structure. I hope you were clear with that. Let me know something about the break and continue statement. Break, continue, pass, return. These statements are help you to stop execution. Only for stopping execution and cut particular point or the current point. I'll just let you explain what is a break statement, what is a continue statement. Break statement will at current present it will be stop, continue to do the execution. And continue statement this time, it help you to continue in the particular process, in the previous one or the next one, like that way it will be do it. Break and continue. There is little bit different about the break statement, continue statement, return statement, exit, pass. You are all just little bit familiar about pass and break. Break, return, exit and continue. We just started with to know about what is a break statement. Break statement, when the compiler any point, in particular any point has deducted with the break statement, at present it won't think about anything, stop execution from the current block, it coming out of the block. But it never consider about anything. If it's a break is there, come out from the block. If you're having a break or we are coming out of the classrooms, like that way, if it is a break, the compiler has detected by the break any found by the break statement mean it immediately comes out of the block. It is not in the program, only for the block of a code. Continue will be help you to continue the resumed process from the same. Pass statements, pass will be able to continue. It must be continued. But break, it may or may not be continued to the execution. Return statement. Return statement is only given inside of a function. If the compiler has find any one of the return statement in any program, in anywhere, not only end of a statement, you can give the return statement in anywhere. There is no need to give only the end of statement. You can give it in the middle, you can give it in a starting. If the compiler has deducted the return statement, come out of the function. If we given the return statement inside a main concept, it come out of the main concept. If we given as a inside any one of particular function, return statement mean coming out of only that function, not the main function. So these are help you to handle the problem while they are doing with any calculation or manipulation or system crash, system hanging, any problems may be done with the real time. In that cases, it will handle the problem, it will clarify it, it will be handled to resume the process to continue. Or else some temporarily out of service, like that way it will be worked on. Exit statement. Wherever the exit statement has given by the programmer, it suddenly come out of the program. Totally come out of the execution. So all these statements are taken to place for some stopping the execution. Recall it, if it is a break, come out of the block. If it is a return, come out of function. If it is exit, come out of totally from the overall view of the program. People able to view my screen? Thank you, Kishore. So these are the controlling the statements. So control statements, even control statement, even just now, have you seen this? My programs are going away. It's running. It never stop execution. In such situation, yes, I can go with the break statement. Only for looping or only for if statement, we used a break. There is no necessity to give only break statement inside of that. Even you can give a return statement inside of any if statement. If we give a return, when the deduction, it's just coming out of the current function. So these are the main concept you should understand about the continue to do the execution or you want to stop execution in a particular point. So these are the control statements and flow of the executions and the operators. Okay, these are invert words. I told you that when you are passing the execution, at present it will pass by some of little bit of time. It automatically start when you do the continue. Okay, these are my session. Do you have any doubt regarding the operators and control structures and the iteration process? You want to convey anything to me? Yes, I will repeat the while statement. While statement is checked with the condition. There in this programming of Python, we'll have two chances. If the condition is true, it get into the block, it do the execution. Again, the increment or decrement may be done. Again, it will check the condition. If the condition is true, it will be do the execution again. till the condition becomes false, it will continue to do the execution. Till you are answering, I'm waiting. Till your ma'am said yes, I will waiting. Like this way, we are going with that. While see the example, counter equal to 0 while counter is less than 3. If initially the value of counter is 0, when checking the condition 0 less than 3, yes, condition true. It's just printing inside loop on your output screen. If you gave us an increment by the way of statement counter equal to counter plus 1, it will be incremented by 1. Now the value of counter is 1. 1 less than 3, condition again true. So again inside will be get printed, counter will get incremented on the next step. Counter will be true on right now. 2 less than 3, again condition is true. If a condition is true, inside statement will be printed on your output screen and again counter will be getting incremented. Now 3 less than 3. Condition is false because 3 is not less than 3. 3 is equal to 3. Condition false. If a condition is false, you can optionally give else statement. If you're not giving statement, you just skip the statement. Default statement will continue. If you gave a else statement, it will be print inside else. Yes. For this program, you can see inside else as into the output screen. Till the condition is true, this block of a code will get executed every times, every number of times. For this program, it starts with 0, 0, 1, 2. 3 times it get executed. When the counter becomes 3, the condition false, it stop executing, come out of the while loop, else block is there, inside else will get printed on your output screen. It is optional. If we give, that block will get executed. If it not yet given, it go with the continuation default state. Is that you clear? Any other doubts? Swaminathan, are you clear with that? Yes, I will just show you the output screen. So this is output screen. This is output, you will get it. Inside loop, 0. When counter is 0, inside loop will get, will counter become 1, inside loop will print. When counter is 2, inside loop will be printer. When counter become 3, you cannot, the condition becomes false, you cannot get into the inside of a true block statement. The false block will take it to false. This is false. Else or false. Is it okay? Yes, of course. Inside statement only. The increment statement must given in the inside of while loop. If you're not yet given inside of a while loop, the statement won't be get executed as incremented by 1 by 1. If you're giving outside a loop, it is considered when it is fast, then only coming out of the loop. If you're giving inside, then only get executed. If you're not giving a counter here, if you're giving a counter as a default statement on here, mean when the statement will come out of the block when the condition becomes false. Then only coming out of it. When the condition false, if you're not giving a counter increment inside, it never comes out of it. It always a true, it always 0 only. You have to give an increment or a decrement statement inside of a looping structure. It is a block of a code. Yes, okay. Any other doubts? Okay, yes. Very happy to see you all, and I hope you are understanding this concept of if statements and the control statement and so on. And the tomorrow session, the same timing, that will be continue with the another concepts of functions and definitions. We'll start it with tomorrow. We'll see you on tomorrow. when the continuous statement was used. Yes, continuous statement, we used a past statement, right? When we are passing, when we are breaking, we may instruct the compiler to continue. If it, when the compiler has deducted the continuous statement, from that point it will be continued the execution. Not from the beginning, it may never repeat it again. For example, if I'm giving if statement, inside of if condition, I'm giving a continue. Inside of if, of a block of a code, if I'm giving a continue, it is continue with the same. Or else, like a simple statements of execution, not depending on the if conditions at all. Some statements are there, some if or whatever it is. Some statements are there. In particular position, I passed the execution. I passed. This passed or break. But some few statements are there. In this position, I'm trying to continue. By this time, what is it happening? Compiler will comes on to executing these statements. Once it reached the pass statement, it's passed the execution. It wait for the user instruction has to give a continue. There is no continue, there is no continue. When the detection of these continue statement, it will continue to the execution. Then what is a continuous statement here? Not these statements. If you want to don't want to execute some block of a code at this time, means we may use to pause and continue only for this time. If you want to every time, means we don't want to give it. If some of the times, this time we don't want to execute this particular block of a code, in the sense we are using this. If this condition is true, we are passing with some block of a code, then go ahead with the continue. If your pin number in a ATM machine, we are entering in an ATM machine, we are entering to the pin number, we are, while reading a pin number, it waiting to read all the 4 digits. Once it reached the 4 digit, then only it will continue to do the execution. In parallel, you want to do any kind of execution. In this situation, we go with the pass and continue. And pass, in the sense, another more example is if you're breaking any particular point, if your pin number is invalid, that time it directly go to the continue process, which is in the invalid ID. This is called as continue and pass. Is it okay? Yes. Any other doubts? Yes, okay. I hope you are not clear. Yes, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you. We will meet on you tomorrow. If you have any doubt, don't hesitate to ask us. You just note it on it. Tomorrow, you can same time, you can ask any doubt from us. Okay. See you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. Thank you, Sindhu ma'am. Thank you, Gauri ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.